Professor Chowdhury is also here.
Oh, that's
He will be available for the questions.
yeah. And what is his revisiting biodiversity? What is his name?
Professor Pathinkar Chowdhury from
Okay.
India.
Yeah, I understood. Now I would like to invite Professor Chowdhury from Assam University, India. So he would like to present on understanding wildlife wealth through people's knowledge, a case study in Patharia Hills Reserve Forest of Assam, India. So Professor Chowdhury, please go ahead with the presentation.
Sincere thanks to the organizers of International Conference on Water Resource and Environment for allowing me to speak on the topic Understanding Wildlife Wealth Through People's Knowledge, a case study in Patharia Hills Reserve Forest of Assam, India. In this paper, along with me, co-author is Dr. N.R. Talukdar. The Northeast India is located at the convergence of two global biodiversity hotspots, the Indo-Burma and the Himalaya, and is thus unique in providing various habitats to wildlife and support good number of biodiversity and high level of endemism. Geographically, the Northeast India is having the size of UK and harbors biodiversity equal to all European countries. The area under northeastern state is 8% of the country, and it supports more than half of the biodiversity of the nation. The region is about to approximately 135 tribes, 23% of India's total tribal community. Values of nature and biodiversity conservation are ingrained in their ethos and beliefs. Poaching, slash and burn, shifting type of cultivation practices, locally known as zoom cultivation, increased developmental activities, construction, etc., have pushed many of the animals to the brink of local extinction. Although many studies have been carried out on wildlife in various types of protected areas of Northeast India, but the Patharia Hill Reserve Forest was neglected mainly due to trans-border location, sharing common border with neighboring country Bangladesh. Importantly, the reserve forest is one of the last abode of many of the endangered and threatened animals, including the Asiatic elephants. Since very little work has been done on the distribution of wildlife, the present study was carried out to have a clear understanding of the abundance of mammals, threats to their survival, and conflict with human beings. Coming to methodology, as it has been said that the study area is the Patharia Hill Reserve Forest, which covers an area of 76.47 square kilometer. Climate-wise, the area is having moderate climate, 10 to 39 degrees centigrade, and high humidity. The area experiences hot and wet summer and a cool and usually dry winter. Average annual rainfall is 2,700 to 2,800 millimeter. From south to the north, its length is about 45 kilometers and breadth about 11 to 13 kilometers. Highest point of the reserve forest is 243.84 meter above main sea level. This is a map of the study area. A shows the map of India, where in Northeast India, Assam we find. And in the Assam, the location of the Patharia Hill Reserve Forest in the Karimganj district, the southern west part. Data collection. Multi-stage collection sampling technique using structured interviews were used to collect information from the fringe areas experiencing wildlife and threats on them. Pilot testing was performed on a sample of 30 respondents, and a pre-test was conducted to a few respondents to ensure that the questionnaire was fully understood by the respondents. and the sampling size was estimated from the total number of households, and we aimed to cover approximately 40% of the population. 300 respondents were selected from questionnaire among the selected villages, and the respondents, the people were of different age groups and include village headmen, experienced people, teachers, forest staff, poachers, fringe villagers, and among others, the poachers are found to have a high level of knowledge on the presence and abundance of the species. The questionnaire was divided into 3 sections. And firstly, a field guidebook was used and asked the respondents to identify the species that they have seen during last 5 years. Secondly, the respondents were asked to name the species which are increasing or decreasing and the probable reason for increase or decrease. And in the third place, respondents were asked to share the threats faced by the variety of wildlife in PHRF, problems caused by the species, and the community response towards them. The probable reasons for assessing trend of individual species over time and threats are noted down in the field notebook in short form. For example, hunting and teasing as HT, developmental activities as DA, farmland encroachment as FE, etc. Perception of majority of respondents was used for population trend analysis. Collected data were then combined as per the objectives. Results. Species abundance. It has been found that the reserve forest is home to 83 species of mammals. Most of the species belong to the order Chiroptera, 26, Carnivora, 22 orders, Rodentia, 16 orders, and Primate, 8 orders. On the other hand, the orders like Legomorpha, Proboscidea, and Pholidota are represented by only 1 species each. Out of 83 species documented from the available literature and pilot survey, only 48 species, that is 57.83%, were identified by the respondents. Respondents identified only those species which they have closely seen. On an average, the respondents confirmed sighting of 24 species out of 48 identified species. Minimum and maximum number of species cited by the respondents were the minimum was 10, the maximum was 33. Out of 300 respondents, 179 could instantly identify 25 to 50% of the species looking at the photographs. 119 respondents confirmed 50 to 75% of the species, and the remaining 2% of the respondents could not identify. Species population trends over time. The following species have increased over time: rhesus monkey, Irrawaddy squirrel, wild pig, jungle cat, Indian flying fox, Chinese porcupine. And the species that have decreased are Asiatic wild dog or Indian wild dog, Bengal slow loris, Indian muntjac, clouded leopard, common palm civet, stump-tailed macaque, Chinese pangolin. The different types of threats are the habitat loss and fragmentation 53%, human population explosion 29%, hunting and teasing 4%, farmland encroachment 5%, developmental activities 9%. If we come to the major issue in the Patharia Hill Reserve Forest, it is the human-elephant conflict. Through interviewing with the local people, it was gathered that human-elephant conflict is a regular phenomenon since last 2 to 3 decades. However, the conflict occurs mainly during crop harvesting season, and the crop here is mainly paddy. Large areas around the reserve forest were facing threats by the human-elephant conflict. This may be due to unavailability of food in that season. As elephants are mega herbivores, they need, considerable good quantity of food matter, and for that matter, they raid the crops, damage houses, etc. This is one of the photographs of elephant which have reached into one spot of the Patharia Hill Reserve Forest. They are seen that after crop raiding in the field, paddy field, they are moving elsewhere through a tea garden. Now, this is crop raiding is also common, but human death due to elephant attack is, I mean, it is very seldom here. Only it was heard about in 2010, and the local villagers, they said that only one person was killed by the elephant. This is a photograph of the Patharia Hill, different locations. The elephants, they are coming and they are roaming in different parts of the area. This is another photograph of other animals, other mammals which are found in the Patharia Hill Reserve Forest. The results, if we continue, that the local people were found to use various sounds and firecrackers to keep away Asiatic elephants from the crop. As a result, the historical respect and reverence for elephants to villagers and local societies are rapidly eroding. These public conflicts threatening the survival of wildlife even to the extinction level, which we have shown in table 2. And the table 2 shows the list of species which are already extinct from the reserve forest. Only the forest department alone cannot solve this problem. For that matter, the other related bodies should join hands. Cruelty to the wildlife can be minimized only by community awareness and participatory wildlife management programs. Hence, cooperation of all stakeholders, that is community conservationists, government, national and international funding agencies, is crucial for long-term successful management program for the survival of wildlife in that area. This ideally includes extension of benefits to residents, protection of residents from wildlife, involvement of residents in the management of the resources, setting up of a fund to compensate man and animal conflict victims, ever the local residents like that. This may help to foster and create more positive attitudes towards the wildlife conservation in the area. And since the reserve forest harbors a large number of wildlife, so this is most essential. While giving some recommendations of the study, we can say that along with the control of forest fragmentation, encroachment should be strictly controlled. Commercial felling in the forest should be completely banned to maintain tree cover and a good canopy cover and healthy ecosystem in that forest. All developmental activities within the reserve forest should be stopped. Electric fencing should be installed throughout the Patharia Hill Reserve Forest to reduce human-elephant conflict. Expeditious payment for loss of life and property by wildlife, especially by the Asiatic elephants, which is given by the forest department. Award the local people by both government and NGOs to conserve wildlife and minimize the fringe villagers' dependency on the reserve forest. Long-term assessment of forest habitats and human-wildlife conflict impact assessment should be done to see correlation between these two variables to mitigate the current scenario. The last recommendation can be to elevate the status of Patharia Hill Reserve Forest to Patharia Hill Wildlife Sanctuary. This is to be done by the state government. And while concluding, we can say that human activities, mainly the illegal timber logging, encroachment, collection of firewood, plantation of cash crops, because mostly rubber plantation is done in some areas, and transformation of wildlife habitat as agricultural land making, the reserve forest vulnerable. A large number of globally important species like Rhinoceros unicornis, Rhinoceros sondaicus, Dicerorhinus sumatrensis, and Panthera pardus already vanished from this area. and those who are surviving here are in critical situation. Increasing human wildlife conflict throughout the fringe areas is common, and the consequences is the wildlife decline. Though human carnivore conflict in the area has not been found, but crop raiding and other negative impact of wildlife is increasing with time in that area, changing the people's attitude on conservation of wildlife in general. Therefore, there has been an urgent need to protect the reserve forest for sustainable habitat for wildlife. It is proposed that a multi-action approach should be taken up to improve the situation. We have come to an end of this presentation. We sincerely acknowledge the contribution made by the various people, especially the village headman, experienced people, members of community institutions, teachers, forest staff, and hunters residing nearby Patharia Hill Reserve Forest. Without them, the study could not be completed. These are the references. Thank you all for your patient hearing.
Thank you so much, Professor Chaudhary. This is very good presentation, and we needed this type of research.